Welcome to another lecture by Pragmatic Programming. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss 2D shapes in JavaFX. So what are 2D shapes? In general, a two-dimensional shape can be defined as the geometrical figure that can be drawn on the coordinate system consisting of x and y planes. Using JavaFX, we can create 2D shapes such as line, rectangle, circle, ellipse, polygon, cubic curve and quad curve, arc, etc. The class JavaFX scene.shape is the base class for all shape classes. So let's take a look at the shape classes provided to us by JavaFX. So first we have the line shape. So in general, line is a geometrical figure which joins two xy points on a 2D coordinate system. In JavaFX, javafx.scene.shape.line class needs to be instantiated in order to create lines. Next we have the rectangle. In general, rectangle is the geometrical figure with two pairs of two equal sides and four right angles at their joint. In JavaFX, javafx.scene.shape.rectangle class needs to be instantiated in order to create rectangles. So special thing here to note here is we don't have a separate class for square. Instead, we have to make the rectangle look like a square. For us to do that, we simply have to make the length and width equal, and we can create a square. Next we have the ellipse. In general, ellipse can be defined as a curve with two focal points. The sum of distances to the focal points are constant from each point of the ellipse in JavaFX. So javafx.scene.shape.ellipse class needs to be instantiated in order to create an ellipse. Next we have the arc. An arc can be defined as the part of the circumference of the circle of an ellipse. In JavaFX, javafx.scene.shape.arc class needs to be instantiated in order to create arcs. Next we have the circle class. So a circle is a special type of ellipse having both focal points at the same location. In JavaFX, circle can be created by instantiating javafx.scene.shape.circle class. Next we have the polygon. Polygon is a geometrical figure that can be created by joining multiple coplanar line segments. In JavaFX, javafx.scene.shape.polygon class needs to be instantiated in order to create a polygon. A cubic curve. So a cubic curve is a curve of degree 3 in xy plane. In JavaFX, javafx.scene.shape.cubic class needs to be instantiated in order to create a cubic curve. Next we have a quad curve. A quad curve is a curve of degree 2 in the xy plane. In JavaFX, javafx.scene.shape.quad curve class needs to be instantiated in order to create a quad curve. So let's look at a few examples. JavaFX.line. In general, line can be defined as the geometrical structure which joins 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 in a xy coordinate plane. JavaFX allows developers to create the line on the GUI of a JavaFX application. JavaFX library provides a class line which is part of javafx.scene.shape package. So let's look at the line example. Right. So as you can see here, I have instantiated the line object in line number 13. Next I have set the start x and y coordinates and the end x and y coordinates. This is start, this is end. Next we have created a group and we have added the line, and next we have created the scene and set the stage. So let's run this application and see. Right. So this is the line that is created, as you can see. Right. Moving on, the JavaFX rectangle. In general, rectangles can be defined as a geometrical figure that consists of 4 sides, out of which the opposite sides are always equal and the angle between the two adjacent sides is 90 degrees. A rectangle with 4 equal sides is called square. So why I put that silly sentence there, a rectangle with 4 equal sides is called square, is to remind you again that we do not have a separate square class in JavaFX. Instead, we have to make the sides look equal in order to get a square in JavaFX. Moving on, JavaFX library allows the developers to create a rectangle by instantiating JavaFX scene.shape.rectangle class. So let's take a look at the example. Right. So here we have created a rectangle object right here. Next we have set the x and y coordinates. So the x and y coordinates here are the x and y coordinates of the upper left corner of the rectangle. Please keep that in mind. You have to set the coordinates of the upper left corner of the rectangle. Next we have to set the width and the height, and then the rest of the code is to create the stage and so on. So let's run this example and see what happens. Right, so we are greeted by this window with a black rectangle. So what would happen if we make the height and the width equal? Let's see. Right, that presents us with a nice square. Right, moving on. The JavaFX ellipse. In general, ellipse can be defined as a geometrical structure with two focal points. The focal points in the ellipse are chosen so that the sum of the distance to the focal points is constant from every point of the ellipse. In JavaFX, the class javafx.scene.shape.ellipse represents ellipse. This class needs to be instantiated in order to create an ellipse. This class contains various properties which needs to be set in order to render an ellipse on an xy plane. Sorry, this should be plane right here. Let me show you what I mean by the last point. Okay, so these properties have to be set in order. Okay, so first we create an ellipse object. Next, first we have to set the center of the ellipse. So ellipse dot center x and center y. So this is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. Next we have to set the width and the height in terms of radius. So set radius x and set radius y. Once you do that, let's run this example and see. You'll get an ellipse like this. So what would happen if you set equal radius x and equal radius y? Let's run this example and see. As you can see, that presents us with a circle. So if you want an ellipse, make sure that the x radius and the y radius are two different radiuses, and always remember that the x radius should be smaller than the y radius, because an ellipse, let me show you again, ellipse is like a somewhat like an oval, and as you can see, the x right here is smaller than the y, the width is smaller than the height. Moving on, let's take a look at the arc. So in general, arc is the part of the circumference of a circle or ellipse. It needs to be created in some of the JavaFX applications where required. JavaFX allows us to create the arc on GUI by just instantiating the javafx.scene.shape.arc class. Just set the properties of the class to the appropriate values to show the arc as required by the application. So let's take a look at the arc example. Right. So here we create an object of arc. Next we set the center coordinates of the arc. So the center x and center y. Next we set the dimensions of the arc. So we set the x radius and the y radius, and then we have to set the angle at which the arc starts. So arc dot set angle, you can set anything you want. I have just set it to 0. Next we have to set the length of the arc. So I have set it to 100. And as you can see, we can set the type of the arc. So there's round, there's also a few others, chord, open and round. So let's select round for now. Next we can fill the arc if we want. Let's not fill it for now. Let's run the example and see. As you can see, this is the arc. So what would happen if I use a different type of arc? So let's say a chord. So this will present us with the mathematical chord of an arc. As you can see, this is the chord of an arc from the 2 points, the 2 x and y points, start and end. Next, the open would just present us with a line like this. It's very similar to the chord, but for our example, let's leave it as round, right? And let's fill it with red. Right, so this is our arc, right? Again, remember, we have to set the center x and y, we have to set the radius x and y, we have to set the start angle and the length. These as well as the arc type. This is not compulsory, this set fill I just showed you, but the following properties are compulsory. Moving on, the JavaFX circle. A circle is a special type of ellipse with both of the focal points at the same position. Its horizontal radius is equal to the vertical radius. JavaFX allows us to create a circle on the GUI of any applications by just instantiating javafx.scene.shape.circle class. Just set the class properties by using the instance setter methods and add the class object to the group. So let's look at the circle example. Right, so in our circle example, we have to just set the center x and center y and then the radius of the circle. Here this is extra, this set fill color red, that's extra, but other than that we just have to set the center coordinates and the radius of the circle. So let's run this example and see what happens. Right, we get a circle like this, as you can see. Moving on, JavaFX polygons. So a polygon can be defined as a plane figure with at least 3 straight sides forming a loop. In the case of polygons, we mainly consider the length of its sides and the interior angles. Triangles, squares, pentagons, hexagons, etc. are all polygons. In JavaFX, polygon can be created by instantiating the javafx.shape.polygon class. We need to pass a double array into the class constructor representing the xy coordinates of all the points of the polygon. So let me show you what these xy points are. So this is the polygon example. We have to create a new object of polygon, as you can see here, and then polygon.getPoints.addAll. So here we have to add all the points. You can have as many points as you wish, but I have just added 3 points. And if you run this method and if you run this example and see, you will get a polygon like this. Right, moving on. JavaFX cubic curve. So in general, a cubic curve is a curve of order 3. In JavaFX, we can create a cubic curve by just instantiating JavaFX scene.shape.cubic curve class. These properties needs to be set in order to create a cubic curve as required. So always remember again to follow the order as I have shown here. So first, here to create the cubic curve object. Next, we have to set the x coordinate of the starting point of the cubic curve and the y coordinate of the starting point. Next, we have to set the x coordinate of the first control point, then the x coordinate of the second control point, then the y coordinate of the first control point of the cubic curve and the y coordinate of the second control point. So this order can be changed a little bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like this, you can set the x and y coordinates of the first control point and then the x and y coordinates of the second control point. Right, let me run this example and show you. Right, so this is a cubic curve, as you can see. Let me and also always remember to set the x and y coordinate of the end point of the cubic curve. This is very important. Right, let me repeat again. So first you have to create the cubic curve object. Next you have to set the start x and y coordinate of the starting point of the cubic curve. Next the x and y coordinate of the first control point of the cubic curve. Next, the x and y coordinates of the second control point of the cubic curve, and finally the x and y coordinate of the end point of the cubic curve. Right. Moving on, the quad curve. Quad curve is a plane curve of order 2. This is different from the cubic curve in the sense that it does not have two control points like cubic curve. It rather has a single control point xy. In JavaFX, we can instantiate javafx.scene.shape.quadCurve class to create a quad curve. The class also contains the setter methods which can be used to set properties to get the quad curve according to our requirements. So let me show you. Right. So first we have to create the quad curve object. Next we have to set the x and y coordinates of the starting points of the quad curve, as you can see here. Next, the x and y coordinates of the first control point, or the only control point of the quad curve. Next, the x and y coordinates of the end point. Yes. So again, remember the starting point, control point, and then the end point of the quad curve. Next, we have to create the stack pane and so on, and let me show you what happens when I run this program. Right, so this is a quad curve right here. As you can see, there's only one control point. Right. So that brings us to the end of this lecture. Thank you very much for listening. Hope to see you soon with a new lecture.